Hey yo guys, welcome back. My name is HM and I hope you're doing absolutely fantastic, because I certainly am, because we hit 1,000 subscribers, and it's all thanks to you. Yeah, it has been an eventful past 2.5 years almost. It's crazy to even think that we finally hit this milestone, and I just wanted to thank every single one of you for being here. Even when it's not Bakugan related, through the thick and the thin, it really does mean the world to me, especially my BakuTuber homies. Baku Brad, Haru Ren, Fusions, Viva La Hunt. If I'm forgetting anybody, I'm sorry. It's just kind of like spur of the moment. It's like almost 2 in the morning, and I really wanted to make this video because I'm just so jazzed up. Yeah, there's a lot to be thankful for, and there's been a lot of tough moments on the channel, especially like last year. Around this time, my father actually had a lot of health issues, and I can say with full confidence now that he is 100% better. He's living a better life. It's great. I'm super proud of him, and it's awesome that we could move past that. And you guys were there to support me the best way you could, and just supporting the content. I didn't feel like I was doing it for no reason. And here we are. We're at 1,000 subs now. So it's super cool. I never thought childhood me, I say this every single time I make one of these videos, I never thought childhood me would get 1,000 subs. Like back when I was a kid. I don't know if I said that sentence right. Whatever. But yeah, when I was a kid, I used to dream about just having a YouTube channel and it be popular. And I had a small one. It was goofy. But anyway, I don't want to get too rambly because we got something special. I've been asked to do legacy stuff for a while. And I'm here to say we got some legacy. Now, my history with Bakugan goes very far back. There's actually a video on my channel. What did I call it? Why Bakugan is so important to me? I think that's what it was. Anyway, if you want to know more about that, go ahead and watch that video. It's great. Wow, I can't even remember when I put it out. But anyway, I wanted to go over my legacy stuff. And we got... and honestly, it's funny, Brad mentioned a little while ago, it's not an old collection if it's not in a dusty old box. So I've got a lot of stuff in here that we can take a look at. And I've never considered myself a big legacy nut when it comes to legacy stuff now, but I figured we go down memory lane and see what this old dusty box kind of brings up memory wise, and see just how many I had of these as a kid and which ones I'm gonna miss. But anyway, let's go ahead and get right into it. Alright, now that we got everything set up, I wanted to get a different angle so you guys could see inside of this box before I go tearing it to pieces. But I'm actually standing up, so the camera might wobble a little bit, but I wanted to make sure you guys could see. Probably gonna get tiring, but whatever. First thing you're gonna notice is the thing that started the channel. Yeah, these actually started the channel. There was a pretty interesting phenomenon that kind of happened I think it was 2 years ago? Yeah, it had to be till like 2.5 years ago almost, because this was what started the channel. And I decided on a whim, I was gonna record myself opening these because I did not want to forget the moment they came back into stores. And yeah, these were super big for a while. They showed up at Walmart, and I think they also showed up at Dollar Tree. I didn't have any luck finding them at Dollar Tree, but these were really cool because after a while, people figured out how to tell what is inside of these. So I think one of these has a Plithion, and the other one has a translucent line halt and a Storm Skyrus stuck to it because there's a gate card. But yes, these were the thing that started the channel, and I wanted to keep some of them bagged just to remember what they look like and what we, started the channel on. So I'm going to set these back here, and we'll start getting into the randomness. Now, actually, you know what? First up, I'm going to go ahead and get these out of here because these are just part of an arena. The arena's back over there. These ramps are kind of cool for the arena, though. But we have all of this stuff to go through, so I don't know if I'm going to break this into episodes or whatnot, but there's going to be a lot of stuff. Ooh, there's the goodies. Maybe we'll save that. We'll save that. Let's go ahead and just get into the basic stuff. So, I should probably have like a gate card. There's some gate cards and stuff in here. We have a bunch of the codes, or not the codes, the advertisements for Bakugan Dimensions, and all the cards we pulled from those mystery bags. So let's, one of these is a gate card, right? One of them's gotta be. No? No. Okay, let me just go ahead and grab one of these gate cards, and we'll just start opening stuff up. So, first off, what looks good? Maybe I should start off with one of the last things I did open. I don't know if this... I can't remember if this was one of the last ones that I opened, but this was a chase variant in the blind bags.
This is Linehalt, and it is a translucent Ventus version. He's got a lot of manual parts, but I can never seem to remember what all of them are. He's got, like, horns. Sorry, I keep forgetting where the camera is. This is so different to me. But, yeah, people wanted to see some Legacy stuff, so here I am. I'm doing it. And, yeah, I have a lot of stuff. I have a very long history with Bakugan, so this was one of the things I was chasing for when we had the blind bags, and once I figured out what to look for, we found 2? I think I found 2. No, 3. I think I have another one in here somewhere, but there's Translucent Linehalt in all of his glory. This really cool Ventus color scheme from Gundalian Invaders, I believe? Yeah, I think it is Gundalian Invaders. But yeah, I'll go ahead and... This is gonna get so cluttered. I'm gonna have to close up all these afterwards, chat. Chat? Like I'm streaming? Yeah, we've been streaming a lot here on the channel, so... It's kind of been like a weird reintroduction in my videos and stuff, because I have to break the habit of me saying chat. So, can anybody guess what this is? This used to be one of my favorites. This is... Oh. This is El Condor. And he's very top-heavy, as you could see. His whole top half, he's kind of got like a weaker magnet. But he was a very, very cool design. And in the show, he's actually like super creepy looking. And I always liked the Ventus one. I think my friend had a Pearl Ventus one? Maybe Aquos? Or Subterra? I can't remember, but I used to really like this one because it just looked so cool. I always loved like the Aztec kind of design it had. Wow, this is gonna get chaotic. I didn't think this through, Jet. Here's one of my original favorites here from Gundalian Invaders, Strike Flyer. I actually used to really love this guy, and I still do. He's got like such a cool, neat design. I don't know if I want to open up all these manual parts because we'll be here forever if I do this for every single Bakugan. As I rest my case where it doesn't want to open, a lot of these Gundalian Invaders Bakugan all like, they have so many manual parts and they have other parts that you can flip down to add gear to. And just like so, no, we gotta use one of my other favorites. Man, these magnets are so weak. They're getting so weak. And this is Battle Turbine, and I used to love this thing because of the claws. I had a lot of Strike Flyers. So, oh my gosh, chat, this is gonna take forever. I'm gonna have to start breezing through these. We got, let's see, we got a Warius. I don't remember if this is the broken one. It's a Ventus one though. Yeah, I think that's the broken one I had. It still works, but the top half will just come off if I work on it. So I'm not gonna do that. He's kind of loose, and he's kind of easy to close. So I will close him, so I don't have to do this infinitely. So now we have special treatment Bakugan here. This is a Flip Dual Elfin, and I really like the color schemes of these. I kind of wish we had more of these in the reboot, but it's got a very nice light sea green kind of color, and it's also kind of like sparkly. It looks like it's got some metal flake in the plastic. Very, very common one, but pretty cool nonetheless. Man, this is going to be weird. I keep thinking how I'm going to approach this. Maybe I should have broke this up into different parts. Here's an interesting one. A dual attribute Lars Lion. I forget what these are called. Mutants? But yeah, this was an interesting gimmick they had. Oh man, you can tell just from the color that I live in a home where there was a lot of smoking, unfortunately. So she's got a little bit of yellowing to her on the chaos. Just a little bit. So, oh, here we go. Here's a favorite. Bam! Monarus. This is one of the ones I wanted to come back in the reboot so bad because I just love the designs of Bakugan being more like bipedal warrior creatures instead of just like Dragonoid and Nilius, where they're just the only ones that really do the biped kind of design. This one was so cool, and you know me, we're the Swarm here. We love the bugs; they're super cool. This one was definitely not one of my favorites when I was younger, but as I got older, I came to appreciate this design a lot more, and I also came to appreciate. Let's see if we can find one here. I think I had a Subterra. Maybe not. Well, there's a Subterra Monarus. This one I also think is fairly common. Boom. I always like the yellow eyes on this one. But I thought I had a Subterra Cyranoid. and I don't see it. So it must be somewhere else in here. But yeah, if we come across it, we'll take a look at it. Wow. Okay, so what I think I'm gonna do is start taking the ones that I've looked at out, so we don't keep going through and having to dig through a bunch of these things. So, I'm gonna go ahead and show off some of the ones that I can see that have gimmicks, that are kind of interesting. This is Quake Dragonoid, and I remember back when I was younger, ooh, it seems like... Oh, did the mechanism in it break? Oh, it sounds like it, unless it's fully revved up already. Which would be kind of unfortunate, because that means all this tension would be here. But when I was younger, I was searching for this for the longest time, because it was the Bakugan that I remembered having the highest G-power at the time. So, let's see... Yeah, its mechanism finally might have gone out on it, which is really unfortunate. Usually, this clicks a lot differently, but it's seeming like it's pretty far gone, which is really unfortunate, because this one was super cool to me, and it doesn't even want to click anymore. I'll have to open it up and see what I can do. That's really unfortunate. I wanted to show that off. Bummer! Anyway, there's that one. Then we have another one that's like, it's got a gimmick, and it's already open. It's Snapzoid. And hilariously, I bought this thing not knowing that it had a button that almost... I was closing it one day and it just kind of popped out and I was like, oh, okay. This. It's got like a weird, I don't even, like a jaw that dislodges. It's super strange. Like a tongue? Maybe it's like a tongue? But it's got like these bars on the side? I don't know. I always thought it was kind of cool though. It was like one of those things, it's like, huh. Never would have thought that did that. I don't remember how to close you. I thought that was how. Okay. Anywho. Next up we have... I'm trying to go through these in a way that I can kind of determine where they come from. This one is Surturan? No. Surturan was new. What is this guy's name? Krakix? I think? I can't remember. For some reason, I can't remember this one. I like this one a ton, though, because he's like a Shogun warrior. Super, super cool. And then, let's see if we can find more Gundalian invaders. We got another Strike Flyer, because I said I had a bunch of them. And I always like... I love the darkest color scheme from Gundalian invaders. The green on darkest with the yellow looks super nice. Oh my gosh, chat. I did it again. I keep saying chat because I'm not streaming now. I gotta remember that I'm making a video. I mean, I guess you guys can chat in the comments section if you want to. I'm not gonna stop you. But anyway, we have a Hawktor, which was something I actually recently acquired over the past 2 years because these came from the blind bags. And I remember being so young wanting one of these because I just thought it looked super cool. But it's weird. I remembered them being like this instead. Just super strange because I'm pretty sure he has wings. Like he's a bird. So that was really surprising to see that this just flops down by default. Next up we have Plithyon, another one that came from the blind bags with a really cool automatic horn system. And this one has a ton of manual parts, if you can see them. They have like these little indentations, these like kind of opening type deals, and they fold out. And he has got legs that also fold out. There is just so much, but the gimmick of these, I shouldn't say gimmick, the aesthetic of these is like the chrome. A lot of these Bakugan with chrome were really cool to see as a kid because it was like, oh my gosh, is that metal? It wasn't metal, they had us fooled, but they would eventually get there, you know? But there was that one. Here's an unfortunate victim of me being a kid back in the day, and I was curious, what does it look like under that chrome? And I won't lie, the green actually looks kind of cool. It's very reminiscent of what we have now in Bakugan Gen 3, or I'm sorry, not Gen 3, Gen 2, which is really funny because there was a lot of green in that generation, and it just kind of like harkens back to this. It was there all along, guys. It was there all along. It was just covered by chrome. Interesting choice to make them green. I think they just made them that way because they intended for this one to be the main one. So they're like, you know what? If it's just covered in chrome paint, people will never notice that it's, you know, green. But that would be really funny if I were to rub this off. This one's broken, unfortunately. I had a mom's friends of mine. Her kid broke it. and I was very sad about it, but it'd be really funny if this rubbed away and it was red. Okay, what other Gundalian invaders we got in here? I know we have a bunch. We got the tried and true Helix Dragonoid. This one for some reason has like, oh, that's the one that sits on my bedstand. I forgot I put you in here. His horn is broke and his neck is all weird. I don't get it. I don't remember what happened to him, but he is the oldie. he's the one that survived. So I'm gonna go ahead and try and close him back up here, and we'll move right on. But yeah, a lot of this stuff is like directly from my childhood. None of this stuff has. The only new stuff that I have gotten is from the blind bags. I kind of stopped collecting legacy stuff when I was in middle school, I want to say. This isn't closing, so I'm just gonna flop you over here. Then we have, actually, that might have been a new one. That might be the new Helix Dragonoid, because I see one down there that's kind of faded. We've got a Cordum, which I really love Gundalian Invader designs. Like this guy, I almost consider him to be one of my favorites. Something about like the Stone Man design is always like one of my favorites, and this was always one that I remember being pretty fond of, along with of course, the Subterra one. I love this Subterra color scheme, the one that has the bright orange and the metallic brown. So this one is also a Cordum, and that was the one I remembered, the darkest one. It's in here somewhere, but yeah, I really love these Subterra Guardian Bakugan. I don't know if that's the term I'm looking for, but the ones that the main characters used. Oh my gosh, this is getting so cluttered over here already. Oh, I already looked at you. Let's get you out of there so I don't get more confused, and you. Let's see if we can find that Subterra. Or, I'm sorry, the Darkest Cordum. I'm not sure where that would have went. Anyway, we'll go ahead and keep looking at these Gundalian Invaders one, because I collected a lot of these, and we got a lot of these from the blind bags, funny enough. This is an Aquos Lumagrowl, and I think I didn't have a Chaos one up until the blind bags either, but this one was kind of a surprise, because I think this one wasn't documented on the list of blind bag, like, contents that I had seen back in the day. So when I opened this up, having an Aquos Lumagrowl, and it was kind of shocking. And then, I think there was one other, but I don't remember which one it was. We might come across it. Oh, hey, look. There's a Ventus Cordum. If it'll open. And if my camera will focus. No? You a little scared? There you go, buddy. I love this Ventus color scheme. This darker green with the red. And the really cool, like, metallic, original, like, Ventus green and white. It just pops so good. Yeah, we've got a lot to go through, guys. Oh, hey, look who opened on his own. A lot of people are probably like, oh my gosh, Juggernoid. I love Juggernoid. And you know, I agree. Juggernoid's pretty cool. This is a B2. This one's actually bigger. And I don't think this one's mouth opens. And I'm not going to go prying it open to test. But I know I had a couple that actually had a mouth that would open, because I think the children that had them before, I used to trade a lot on the playground. And I think they just popped a jaw. I think they just went for it. Full send. Here's Pyrus Linehalt. So yeah, a lot of these come from the blind bags. I'm not going to open them all up because it just takes too long, and this video is going to be super long. That is an original more Gundalian Invaders. We've got an Aqua Strike Flyer. This one actually came from the blind bags. This was entirely new to my collection, and I actually think this one looks super, super cool with the red. The red is like so striking on these Aquos Bakugan from Gundalian Invaders. It kind of reminds me of the green on Pyrus, which is interesting, but you have like this nice green, these green eyes, and this bright red. Super, super cool. I don't think I have every attribute of Strike Flyer, but here's a Contestier. Dude, I'm already about to hit my 10-minute mark again. It's crazy. But yeah, this one was actually the first blind bag I opened. This guy was in it. I was like, oh, I remember you. But I don't remember your name. I don't remember your name. I remember wanting one, like, super bad. And then, ooh, here was one of my favorites. Bam! Aeronaut. Super cool. He's got, like, a visor. And I think he was one of the main character Bakugan in Gundalian Invaders. So, like, I had to have him. I loved him. He's got, like, these little hands that fold out on the sides that kind of hang. So, yeah, I was super happy with this one. They had some really awesome Evil Twin versions where he's like black, silver, and red, and I always wanted one. Jeebus, guys, there's so much to go through still. I feel like I've barely put a dent in it. I mean, we can kind of see the bottom now. I think I'm running out of Gundalian Invader stuff. Never mind, I see a lot more. Never mind, I'll shut up. Here's a Chaos Lumagrowl. There's the Chaos one that we also got from these blind bags, which is really cool. Actually, yeah, definitely came from it. I could see the outline of the little black G-Power sticker. That's really funny. And then, yeah, we got, here's one Darkest Rubinoid. Here's two Darkest Rubinoid. Let me get these focused. I wanted one of these as a kid so bad because the translucent ones looked so pretty because they're supposed to be smooth and shiny. And the red one was so cool. We got one of those. We got a Subterra one from the blind bags. Like, there's just so many of these. There are so many. But yeah, this took me forever. Before I even knew what was in these blind bags, I think there's one more of those in here somewhere. No, maybe not. I thought we pulled more of these. But, yeah, this was definitely hilarious. It was hilarious opening it, being like, oh, there's another. Oh, there's another. Oh, there's another. And then, I'm sure there's more. Oh, yeah. Here's our two Lytherus. Yep, there's the other one. And these guys, I wanted these really bad as a kid. And distribution was really bad back in the day. And I thought it was so cool because it was so, like, bug-like and alien-like. Which was really cool because Bakugan was trying to go that route to make things just look so alien and freaky. And these were like a mix of bug and alien. And I was like, I want it so bad. And then we got two. So, you know, that's cool. That's pretty cool. This was one of my friend's favorites. And if you can look at it and identify what it is, you already know. It is Hakapoid. This guy is interesting because he was not only super strong, he has 820 G-Power. He closes on his own. So like we would always make fun of this guy because his name was so goofy. And he needs a little bit of playtime. A little. But yeah, that makes our job kind of easy. I don't gotta close him up, he just does it on his own. Let's see what else we got. We're getting a little bit closer now. I didn't realize how much Gundalian Invader stuff was in here. We've got an Aquamos. He is being kind of shy. Base faction Aquos. I almost said Aurelus. Sheesh. And me as a kid, I sanded down the little nub on the back. Rip collector's value. I mean, granted, people probably won't even notice that. But it used to stick out so far, it was insane. I was like, no, I want to use this, so I'm not gonna let that impede on my rolling. Let's see. Ooh, we have a very dusty Subterra Darak. I think I had this one already. I don't think this came from a blind bag, but I think it was in blind bags, if I remember. Yeah, because this one, I used to take these off because I hated them on here for some reason. So that definitely is mine. We got, I thought I just seen another one in here. I guess not. But here, this one was super weird. This is Avior. And Avior it's another one of those weird ones with like a gimmick of a mechanism. And if you pull back on the tail, its head shot forward and it became this weird, like, long-necked creature. And I don't know, it always kind of grew on me. It's really mean looking. This one was one of the ones I was kind of sick of seeing, though, because it was in everything. And I think this was early Gundalian Invader, so, like, I'm pretty sure you'd always see it outstretched in the package. I don't have any in-boxed Gundalian Invader stuff. I kind of wish I did so I could show it off, but unfortunately, I do not. Okay, let me keep going with these, because it's funny, I kept the sticker on this one. I'm curious when I stopped doing that, but this is Saboteur. And this guy was always really cool to me. He had like kind of a goofy design. I'm pretty sure I got this at a Toys R Us back in the day when I went to a Bakugan, like, it wasn't a tournament, but it was like an event that people could take their kids to and play against each other, and you had like the scorecard. I was trying to find the Battle League little certificate thing with my old signature on it, but I could not find it, so I have no idea where that ended up. I found it like a couple days ago and I just misplaced it again. There he is. There's the Darkest Cordum. How cool these look, dude. The colors are so I love how dark the darkest ones are, and how bright the paints are that they put on these. I'm actually pretty... Wow, this is super bright. I'm actually pretty happy that we kind of moved away from some of the stuff in Gen 2. Like I appreciate the original Darkest color scheme being like the black and the purple, but I really like it when they get super creative with Darkest and they try to change up what the colors are, because I feel like this is a pretty cool looking evil color scheme, especially with the red eyes. We gotta be getting close, right? We gotta be running out of these soon. Oh, Darkest Helix Dragonoid. I love this one. Look at the colors. See, this is what I mean. This isn't even one of the weird camo ones. This is just a Darkest Helix Dragonoid, and I remember when I got this, and I was so into this one for the longest time because I love the colors. The green just looks fantastic. And the yellow just sticks out so much. I still love this one. This one's so cool. I would prefer this to be this color than purple, honestly. It just gives them so much more character to be a little different. And it's probably like one of those things, too, when you look at a Darkest Bakugan, and you're like, oh, it should be black and purple. And once you see it in a new color, you're kind of like, oh, I don't like this because it's new. But then it kind of grows on you over time. I feel like that happened to a lot of Bakugan in Gen 2, which is really funny. Oh my gosh, did we finally get through all the Gundalian invaders? We got the broken Phosphos. I'm not going to open that up because he's missing a head. So I'm just going to put him over here. We got this one is, I'm pretty sure, the original. Yeah, because he got a loose foot. I think I remember that. This is my Helix Drago. Okay. It is 800, so maybe it's not. I don't know. I actually don't know. Which is kind of unfortunate. I didn't use my Pyrus Dragonoid much, but that is one of them, so... Let me see. Quick scout through here. I mean, we have some gear. If I can find the mechanism port. Sheesh. I'm kind of stuck. This was Vylantor, I think? I can't remember. It's been so long since I even looked at the gear. Then we have the Twin Destructor. He's kind of already partially open. There we go. This one was really cool. I used to love this one. You could tell I love this one because the symbols coming off of it. I used to carry it around with me. Neat. I used to show those off so much to my friends. I actually think that's it for the Gundalian invaders. I think we did it, guys. We got an Air Core, which is Darax. I thought I had a Darkest Darak in here somewhere, but I guess not. Alright, let's see if we can move back into New Vestoria now. We got probably my favorite Subterra Guardian. It's tough to choose between him and Cordum, but I love Wilda. This dude with his arms outstretched, he just looks so mean, and he's got this crazy looking... He almost looks like he's got teeth, but I think it's like a... Maybe it's a jaw? I don't know. I love this guy, and this is my favorite thing. Bam. Closed. Simple as that. And since we're talking about Wilda, let's go ahead and talk about Thunder Wilda. Well, he's kind of shy. It's been a while. This guy was one I carried around with me all the time. He was my strongest for the longest time. I think it says 750. 750. And then I've got something that also I really wish they had more of. It's a flip. It's a flip version of Subterra. So the darker color is actually the primary color, and the secondary color is the lighter one. And I think he's significantly weaker, but I think they both look really cool. And the reverse ones always had this cool, like, glitter effect to them. I don't even know if you can see that on camera, but let me see if I can get this focused here up close and locked, and turn the brightness down a little bit and see if I can get just a little bit of... Nah, it doesn't look like it. It's really hard to see it. It's so minor. But these guys were some of my favorites. Like, I always carried around Wilda. I'm running out of space, guys. It's happening. Hang in there, camera. We're getting close. Okay, so any more New Vestoria? Yeah, here we go. Here's a weird one. A Darkest Siege. I'm sorry, Siege. Nemesis. Nemesis was so interesting. Like, this design was so weird to me. And they kind of kept that purple, that color scheme in this, and then they added even more red and this, like, light blue to accents. So, like, I really wish this had more paint on him, because he would look really cool if this was all painted. But, yeah, this was a weird one I picked up, and I can't remember how. I don't even know what it came out of. I probably got it on a trade. I traded a lot of stuff in elementary school. So, like, I have a bunch of stuff that I wish I still had, but I got rid of it for other stuff. Let's see. Oh, here we go. I wish I had the ripcord for this, but this is the first Turbine Bakugan that I got, and this is Turbine Hades, and Hades is probably my favorite villain in the entirety of the show, because I love this super simple mech dragon, this three-headed dragon, and I just always remember looking at it being like, man, the designs are so pronounced on it. It's got these really cool, like, head vents, and I think I have a bronze one in here as well. I do. So these are probably the most controversial. These Baku Bronze ones are super weird. I don't hate them, but I don't love them. A lot of times they lack paint and they just looked kind of dull. And this one has no paint, no nothing. I almost wish they had gold paint on these, because then they would look pretty cool. But yeah, there's our Hades. One of them is a turbine, the other one's just a default. One that doesn't have a turbine in it. Let's see. Percival. This was my first new Vestroya Bakugan, and I remember this day so clearly, where I went to Walmart. I walked all the way there with a friend, and we went there expecting not much, and I remember seeing I've seen these online, I think, and they had the cases, and these came in the Bakugan cases. And man, I just love the simplicity of this design. It is so good. And I've seen all the other Percivals. This one it's not my favorite, but it definitely strikes me as Bakugan. You look at it, it's not trying too hard to be exactly what it is. It's more of like, and it's funny because I feel like Percival, I've actually got a figure of Percival. Like, even if you were to look at this, you wouldn't associate these two together, really. Like, it is so wildly different, but it is just, I don't know, something about it. Something about it is just so Bakugan that it hurts. It hurts. But yeah, this was my first new Vestroya Bakugan, and I never got rid of him because I loved him so much, and I loved the ball form. I absolutely love this ball form. This big old streak of gold. So nice. Super nice. Okay. What is... Ooh! Wow, this one looks like one of the newer ones. It's really vibrant. Hang on, let me adjust this. I don't know if this is even picking up clearly on the camera. To how... No, it looks way darker. But the paint is super vibrant. This is Cosmic Ingram, I believe. And it's got a couple more manual parts its feet flip out. But I think this is a form of Ingram. And I think it's also called Hawklia? Or Hawkly? I remember calling it that for the longest time when I was younger. And I actually have the translucent Ventus one, because a lot of these came with the figures. So it's, if you've been paying attention, I don't know if you can tell, but way in the back over here, this is where the goods are. But I wanted to get the basic collection out of the way first, as our kind of 1,000 subscriber special, because people just wanted me to cover some Legacy. And this is one of the ones that I had in my box. So, I think we're getting kind of slim on the new Vestroya. Here's an interesting one. This one's kind of rare. Stug. This is a Chaos Flip Stug. And I remember when I got it for the first time, I'm like, I have never seen this thing. I don't think I should trade it. And I'm kind of glad I didn't, because I feel like this one's pretty rare now. And he's just a little guy. Look at him. He's just a little snail guy. This one's actually really cool. Every time I look at it, I always love the detail on the face and the head. You got these little weird face claw type deals. I don't know if they're actually faces, or it's just the way the claws are supposed to look. This one's super cool. If you have this in your collection, I feel like it'll probably be like a battle damaged one that's like Subterra, or probably this flip one. So I'm sure there's a bunch of other ones, but he is actually one of my favorites from back in the day too, because he was just so hard to find. Let's see if I can actually close it. There we go. Interesting ball form. Very, very, like, asymmetrical. Okay. I think we did it. I think that's... Nope. I lied. Here we go again. This is a Midnight Percival, I believe. Super weird. I think it's also got another name. And I never liked this one, ever. Like, this one is just so weird. It looks like a ball with a couple heads coming out of it. Let's see. I mean, if we're going to consider New Vestroia ones, I have all of the Maxis Dragonoid pieces. I could probably assemble that pretty quick. And boom, there you go. There's the big lad. That totally didn't just take me, like, 12 minutes. All for a couple seconds of screen time. There's a great story behind this, though. Back when I was younger, on the bus ride home, I always had a person, a younger kid, that was really bullied, and it was really, like, it always bugged me. And I was really good friends with him. He really liked Bakugan. And, yeah, one day he was like, I'll trade you each piece of this for another Bakugan. And I ended up just being like, you know what? I'll do this, like, every other week. And like 4 weeks went by and I finally got all the pieces from him, and he was like super happy that they went to somebody that he knew, you know, would make happy. So like, seriously guys, be kind to like individuals around you, because they'll do nice things for you, especially when they need friends, you know? So this will always be like something that's really cherished in my collection, because I did not get this myself. He took that risk and he traded everything away to me, and I still to this day think about it every time I assemble that. So alright, what's next? We were doing Gundalian Invaders. I think that's it. I think that's actually it in here. Nope, there's a Baku Bronze Helios. Probably the ugliest Helios. I'm not a fan of this Helios at all. Yeah, moving on. Moving on. Now we're to some... Oh my gosh, never mind. There you go. There's a Chaos Helix Drago. I think that's it. That's gotta be it, right? Here's a couple traps. This guy's pretty cool. I forget what your name is. Somebody will have to let me know. I'm actually not sure. Here's a fortress, question mark, I think. I forget the trap's names. I like this guy, though. He's cool. And then we have a Coin Scorpion. This actually came from one of my best friends that I used to hang out with. We still talk. This is Coin Scorpion. And, yeah, I'm sure if he ends up watching this, he'll know exactly what it is. Okay, move this stuff back here. Sheesh, chat. I did it again, gosh darn it, I'm sorry! Alright, there we go. Sorry, guys. I'm so in streamer mode, I can't help it. I've been streaming so much. This is a Metal Fencer. This actually combines with, Helios. And kind of other Bakugan, too, which is funny. Ew. Oh, yeah, can you guys see this huge pile that's over here now? It's so much. Now we're getting into some Legacy territory. We've got I think this is Ravenoid? I used to call it Falconeer, but I think this is Ravenoid. This one was always one that I wanted just because it was simple and it looked cool. Then we got... Ooh, Brad will like this one. We have a Wurmquake, a Darkest Wurmquake. He actually talked about how this was one of those Bakugan that he didn't care much for when he was growing up, and it just kind of grew on him. And yeah, it's okay. It's like another Centipoid, but I like this one because the red is so striking. It's similar to like I think the Aquos Pearl one that he has is also like strikingly red. So I don't even remember how I got this one, but yeah, it's pretty threatening. I wouldn't mess with it. I would not mess with this. I think this one has issues closing though. Gotta like put it back on the card so it kind of opens up. Y'all see this huge not Bakugan? This is a McDonald's Bakugan. And there's also another really interesting story with this one. Gosh, it looks so bootleg. It looks so bootleg. This one was actually given to me by a kid when I was in the safety patrol in school. I used to watch over bus lines and help them get to the bus. And I used to talk to like a group of kids in that line. And he liked me so much, he was just like, here, I know how much you like Bakugan. Here, have this. And he just gave it to me. And it's a McDonald's Bakugan, right? But it's the sentiment that counts. And this one was always really cool to me that it was just like given to me. So I've always kind of held this one pretty close too. Just as like memory-wise. I never got rid of it. I mean, granted, nobody really wanted it because it's just a McDonald's Bakugan, but it is cool nonetheless. It'll always be one of those things that's kind of just there that I always remember exactly how I got it. Oh, Laser Man. This guy, I remember him. Oh gosh, where'd that Ravenoid go? Whatever, him, Ravenoid, and something else came in the same 3-pack, and I remember wanting it just for Laser Man because I thought Laser Man was so cool. I always thought Laser Man was so sick. The paint job on mine is not great, but I love the huge laser cannons that he's got on his sides. And he's got this kind of like battle-ready pose in the middle, and then the way he opens up is super cool. I actually really like his ball form too. He's got this really cool like gold staircase kind of design to it. Very, very neat. Got these like stars on the side. I always wanted a pearl one of those. Then we have, this one's interesting. Here is a B2 Darkest Reaper. I'm actually not sure what this came in. And it's actually got like, okay, its eyes aren't gold. I thought its eyes were gold. They're still yellow, but I thought this one was really interesting because you don't see B2 Reaper very often. Same with the B2 Juggernoid we looked at earlier. So like these might have came from the same thing. I'm not too sure, but I thought that was neat, so I nabbed those. Maybe this also came with it, because this is a B2 Terrorclaw. So, I don't know. You'll have to let me know, chat, if you know what sets these come from, because I remember these were all trades from back in the day. Oh man, this is going to take forever to put these back. And then we have this really, really cool flip Darkest Stinglash. Let's see if I can actually get these sparkles to show up on camera now. Maybe you can kind of see it, just a little bit. It's kind of like got some glitter. Ooh, there's a pretty good angle. But yeah, these ones are always interesting to me because they're so neat. They're so different. This one's like super pink. It's not even like purple. It is like a pink. Very, very cool. I always liked the paints on Stinglash. It was always super nice. Wow, my screen just got so dark. Sorry about that, guys. Wow, I don't know what happened there. It's still really dark. What happened? What happened? He cursed it. He cursed it. Okay, now we're getting to like some other stuff. Oh, I thought this was an old one. Well, there's another new Vestroya. We got another dual Elfin. This one's actually got some paint in it. This bronze one's kind of neat. I just wish they used a different color. This is like, I don't even want to say Aurelus or Aurelus, because Aurelus, I always thought Aurelus looked cool, but this is super weird. Then, let's see. Oh, you got away from me. This one's kind of rare. This is a Triad, I think, and I always wanted one of these because it's just another El Condor type. It's got like these crazy faces down here. I think it's called Triad Condor, maybe? But I always like the tiny little super detailed face in here. So this one's super cool to have for the collection, especially in Ventus to go with our buried El Condor that's in here somewhere. Somewhere. What is... Oh, you. Here's another new Vestroya that got away from me. Man, these bronze ones really blend in. This is a Scraper? Not really much. These are manual parts. They kind of just flip up. There's really not much going on here. It's a Maxis Helios piece, so it's supposed to be kind of leg-like. I think this is another Scraper, or maybe this one's the Clawgore? I can't remember. They have names. They certainly have names. This one's the different one. Interesting. Okay. How did I... It's late, okay. I don't know how I didn't notice this one. I forget what you're called. Legion? Maybe Legion? Your phone's autofocus doesn't want to work. But all these little spots here have these manual heads. And every one of these has a head. So like, it's just a line of heads. It's super bizarre. Super weird. Okay. Oh, there's a Hyper Drago. He's kind of messed up. Oh, this one's got an interesting story too. See the little black clip in here? I took apart, I think, a Darkest Hyper Drago to fix my Pyrus one, because the Pyrus one is a Gundalian Invaders one, and it has 800 G-Power, so I needed this to work. So, yeah, I've been fixing Bakugan for a very, very long time, and even now his magnet's still kind of weak. It's not weak, it's just the joints on the inside are a little stiff. But like everything closes great. Sometimes it'll open, sometimes it won't. But that's an interesting one too. Okay, we're getting to the tail end of this part. Holy moly, that was so much more than I thought it was going to be. So we've got one of my favorites, Storm Skyrus. I actually like this mold better than I like normal Skyrus, if you would believe it. I especially like this one and the Aquos one because I love the orange paint in the wings. It's very rare that you see something get details on the inside of its wings, and this one looks so cool. I also loved how huge the legs are. I kind of wish they were like more claw-like, but I remember wanting a translucent Storm Skyrus for the longest time, and I got one off of eBay when I was younger. And this was before they had the collection pack, the evolution pack. And me being the dumb kid I was, I traded it away. Don't know why. It must have been for something that I probably traded away again, but yeah, that was... I don't even know where... It might have even been bootleg. I have no idea. It might have came out of like a blind bag or something. But I did have one at one point, and I was very happy with it because it was the first thing, or it was the last part of having a full translucent attribute collection, and I was so pumped from it. Anybody tell what this one is? Can anybody tell what this one is? That's right. It's Mantinoid before Mantinoid, and man, did Mantinoid have a glow up. I remember when I got this, and I was super happy, right? It's like, oh my god, it's a praying mantis. I gotta show my sister. It's so cool. And, yeah, every time I come back to it, I'm like, man, this thing is so boring. It's so... The claws are really cool, but, like, they didn't do anything for the head. Like, nothing at all. It doesn't even have, like, antenna. This has got, like, these spots, these little bumps on its head. So, like, it's still really cool, don't get me wrong, but, like, now that we have Mantinoid Ultra, even Mantinoid Core, I'm like, dude, these look like praying mantises. The only part that looks like the praying mantis is, like, maybe the back legs. I don't know. It's just really goofy looking. But I'm glad it's in my collection regardless, because Mantris is hard to get a hold of, if I remember correctly. I don't think the Ventus one is specifically, but it's still kind of cool. Then we got an Exedra. This one was always really neat to me. It's got a very simple design like normal, but it's pretty detailed actually. And I think this was, correct me if I'm wrong, I think this is one of the Guardian Bakugan. I can't remember. But yeah, it's got heads everywhere. It's like the first, it's honestly like the real Hydronoid in a way. It's actually a Hydra, which is pretty cool actually. I can get my lighting to work a little better here. So this is kind of like difficult to see. And I'm also standing from the side, so it's kind of like, I don't know how long you guys have been looking at things kind of crooked. Hopefully not for too long, but we'll see when I get this edited together. But yeah, there's Exedra. Oh, you can see you. There's Metal Fencer. Or no, this is just Fencer. This is just Fencer. This is also another Helios piece for Maxis Helios. This guy, sheesh, man. This dude had... I used to see him all the time in so many different factions, and I didn't like him before, but I like him a lot now. His toy form is so... It just works for him. Like, it's four-handed, like... Oh, what's the word I'm looking for? There's a name for this kind of deity. I always forget what they're called. I can't remember, but the nod to this is really, really cool. But we're getting close. Didn't see Balaton either. Well, there you go. I think it's Balaton. I can't remember. He's like a spike ball. I remember seeing him a bunch and wanting him because it's like, oh my gosh, it's a Bakugan with spikes. How cool is that? Get this closed up. We're getting close. We're getting close, guys. And the crazy part is there's going to be like a part 2. Because I got all this cool stuff in the back that you guys haven't even seen yet. These are just pretty basic. Your basic run-of-the-mill normal Bakugan collection. So, this is a V2 Stinglash. I forgot I had this. Let's see, what else? I think we should just finish it up. And then a Hammer Gorum. I actually really like Hammer Gorum. A lot of people don't realize but I'm pretty sure the thing that is behind him, this like disc, this is his hammer. It's just not painted. See how it has like the double split crest? I'm pretty sure that's his weapon. But yeah, these are kind of weird. The little side flaps. I'm sure there might be a reason for that, but I never disliked this form. I mean, you could get a pretty good idea what it is by just looking at it. So like, I don't hate it. I actually really like this design. It's got a cool locking mechanism. There goes Stinglash. Oh my gosh, standing here so long. And then to finish it up, we'll put you back in here. You're supposed to be in the bag. Sorry, chat. That was your sneak peek. We got Leafram. This is also another Helios piece. So, yep, that's that entire box. I cannot believe I went through all of that. I'm going to be closing these for the next, like, 20 minutes. This is a broken Brontes. He is in this clip to keep him closed, sadly. Sorry, Brad. I know that probably hurts, man. But anyway, guys, seriously, thank you for 1,000 subscribers. If you watch through the entire video, that helps me a ton, because we need the view time now. Now that we're at 1,000, we just got to make up for other facets of, like channel goals. Sorry, it's late, and my voice is kind of shot now. I've been talking for over 30 minutes. But anyway, guys, that's going to do it for me. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up. And please leave a comment. What's your favorite out of all of these? Or what's your favorite from the OG series? I know a lot of people are probably going to say Helios or Dragonoid or, you know, like a lot of the simple ones. But hey, tell me something that's kind of rare or that's kind of uncommon that you really like from the OG series, because I have a lot of them that I just absolutely love. But yeah, I'm going to take a break now. And yeah, we'll have a part 2, and we'll go through all my good stuff, my crazy like translucent collection and my pearls. Some of them, I'm telling you right now, the heavy metal ones are going to make you cringe. But anyway, I'll just get around to that the next time, and I will catch you guys in the next one. See ya.